We're good? Okay. So, we got a lot to cover today. Let's stay focused. But we're going to get some good stuff out of this. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So.
Clear intent is a good thing.
Totally. Totally.
And when you blend perfectly with our intentions, it will go just the way you want it.
So I thought we'd do some general, then some specific, and then some general.
We think you should do what matters most.
Okay. Ooh.
What matters most to you.
Okay.
In this brief conversation that we're about to have.
Okay.
Focus.
Okay. Let me start off with this then. I would like, if it's okay with you, to kind of go down a path in my own words of what I understand the vortex, vibration, law of attraction to be. So I understand that I'm reaffirming in myself,
Good.
not you telling me something.
Good.
Okay, cool. So what I understand is that nothing really matters unless you put the matter to it. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean nothing ever matters. And
you are the chooser and the creator of what matters.
Okay.
Well said.
Okay. And that the statement, I don't care, is not a negative statement and, oh, I don't care, you do whatever you want to do. It's, I don't care in a freedom way where if I don't care about anything.
I don't care to get specific about something that I don't have control over.
Okay.
I do care about the outcome, but I can't get to the outcome if I'm caring about what's not working.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't care is a sort of clearing process.
Okay. So now, there's no doubt in my mind that on a cellular level, my body is starting to understand this more and more.
Your body's always understood it. When you get out of the way, you let
Okay.
your body do what it knows.
Okay. So I'm getting out of the way more and more. And so, contrast, because I don't care and nothing matters, contrast is just another allowance to let me see more clearly of things in front of me.
Well, let us say that in the big scheme of things, if you didn't care, you wouldn't be here, and there'd be no contrast, and there'd be no expansion.
Okay.
So you really do care. You just don't care to wrestle it to the ground and kill it.
Okay. So when the contrast happens, okay, on a certain topic, a certain
Yes.
matter, and I'm not aware of that, it'll get bigger and bigger. When is it time for me to say, it's getting bigger, what do I need to pay attention to?
In the moment that you feel anything that you would regard as discomfort, it's time for you to not care, to let go of the specifics.
To just chill.
Get into the vortex because
Not work it.
Because it got bigger and bigger without you knowing it.
Okay.
And it's in the vortex. When you feel the discomfort and you go to work on it from an uncomfortable place, you just hold yourself away from the solution.
Sure.
So
Totally get that.
we think I don't care, I'm going to let go, I'm going to trust the process, really puts you in the fastest place of finding the crack of least resistance early on.
Okay. So it's not necessarily that I ever need to clean anything up or go back to anything or bring anything up unless I'm in the vortex and at that time I choose to.
Let's even go further.
Okay.
You can never clean something up.
Okay.
Because when you try to clean it up, it just gets bigger and badder.
Okay. Because I'm out of the vortex, because I think I'm cleaning something.
You can't, there's no real cleaning it up. What there is, however, is benefiting from the bounce that the contrast has provided.
Sure.
So rather than saying I'm going to clean it up, say instead, I'm going to take the bounce and receive the benefit of the contrast that I chose.
So the contrast came because I wasn't up to snuff with my vibrational frequency where I needed to be. So it got a little bigger so I could notice it. Oh my God, you got to get higher.
Which means it's working out for you.
Yeah.
Which means it's working out for
Yeah.
you.
So
and
the
when you put into the equation, your vortex couldn't expand if you were unwilling to play with the contrast. Then every bit of that contrast is valuable.
Sure.
Contrast isn't given to you as a punishment.
No.
And what you don't want is not given to you as a punishment. It's all to help you parlay yourself into greater clarity.
Okay.
But the thing that most people don't get early on is, so let contrast be 10% of your life, and let being in the vortex and reaping the benefit of the contrast be 90% of your life.
Sure.
Most people are living the reverse of that.
Yeah.
Contrast 90, 95, 99% of their life, and occasionally they get in the vortex.
And the contrast is just there because I haven't become up to snuff on that particular subject yet.
Well,
that's why it shows up.
But the contrast is there because contrast is good.
I understand that.
Contrast, instead of the word contrast, replace it with the word variety.
Okay.
Because variety, you like variety when it comes to women, when it comes to cars, when it comes to food. You like variety. You like variety.
I do.
See.
Okay.
Variety is a good thing.
Okay.
But choosing what you don't want has negative
Sure.
repercussions.
Totally understand that. Okay, good. So now let's move on, because I want to talk about focus. Because I know focus is what it's all about.
Are you making a note? Guest thinks Abraham is doing well.
Yes. Yes. I'm letting you know that what you're doing is really good because of the way I'm living my life. And that's a total joke. I mean no disrespect whatsoever. You know that.
We've never felt a moment
right,
of disrespect from you,
Cool.
ever.
All right, cool.
You're not capable of disrespect
Exactly.
for Abraham.
Exactly. Okay, so focus. These people are laughing behind me. Let's get focused. So, but seriously, okay. Okay. BP, batting practice, because this is kind of serious, okay? In the Vortex series, though.
Batting practice.
Batting practice. Professional batting practice, okay? Do I want to be specific? I think I want to be specific because I kind of... No?
Well, as you be specific, the contrast will flare up a little bit.
Yeah.
And when that happens, what you want will be
Okay,
enhanced
cool.
a little bit.
Okay.
And we don't think that knowing what you know, that you ever need to worry about stepping into the danger
Cool.
zone of too much contrast. You know
Good.
too much about the vortex, and you have too much control of your vibration.
Thank you very much.
So work the process.
Okay, cool. Let's do this. Okay, so when I was in high school, when I was 10 years old, I am the kid who I want to be called on in class. I want the ball when I'm playing basketball on the court. I want the ball, and I know good things are going to happen. Everything, every time, anywhere, doesn't matter. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Because I believe in my ability to deliver.
Exactly, without a doubt. Get into high school, sophomore, junior year, like kids just would beat me up, not physically, but mentally and verbally, because I was the guy who would get my neck out there on a line. And so they wanted to put me in my corner because they were the crew that were supposed to run things. So,
because they, from their perspective, saw your self-confidence as arrogant.
Sure. And so what they did is I allowed them to beat me up enough to where I taught myself away from my 10-year-old.
They let them train you. You let them train you into
not believing who
not
I really am.
believing who you really are.
Exactly. And so now I'm in a place where you can't get here from there. I totally, intellectually wise, totally understand that for me to throw good BP, my focus needs to be in the 10-year-old state.
Well, but that's going about it the hard way, because now you've got to go back and resolve all of those issues, and you don't have enough time in this lifetime for that.
Okay.
And so all the solution is get in the vortex, because the 10-year-old and way beyond is already in the vortex. In other words, you have to let go. And that's why you could feel that going down the specific road of remembering all of that was going to hold you out of the vortex longer than let you in. But you just have to let that go.
But now I got to do it. Okay, I need to be physical. This can't be non-physical anymore, because I got to go to spring training.
But
and during the season.
But you see, when you said that without a doubt, you know that the cells of your body know what to do, and they do. And we said, and unless you're in the way of that, they will do what they need to do.
Okay.
So you've trained your body into accuracy, into agility, into strength. In other words, your physical apparatus is ready. The only thing that is short-circuiting it is some of those old doubts are creeping in. And but as you continue to war against those children or against those teenagers, you cut off your own strength, because in your war in your memory, it doesn't matter. You've heard us say this, and it really applies here. It doesn't matter if you're thinking about past, present, or future. The thought is an in or out of the vortex thought.
Okay.
So as you're thinking about this past out of the vortex thought, then you don't perform as well now because you're not in the vortex. So go general by saying, I get this stuff. I believe in my ability to align. I've proven what I'm capable of doing. It's the consistency that I want to be good at. I know I've got the strength and the power and the sometimes focus, but I want the most of the time focus. I want the all the time focus, which means I'm going to let my vortex train me into that. And here's the thing. You don't even have to hold the thought all day, every day. Just half an hour before you're going to do your physical thing, that's when you want to get into that vortex place. And once you are consistently performing the way you want to, it will be easier and easier for you to get there.
Okay. So how about during last season when I was throwing, there was a 3-week period where I was throwing every day, and I was throwing well. Some days better than other, but there was a couple days where, damn, I was good. And but it seemed like when a new coordinator or a higher up would come in, or someone else would show up on the field that day, I had to go through everything again.
That's because, you see, this is true of everyone, but let's talk specifics here. In your vibration right now, there still is some active response to criticism that came at you many, many years ago, but it's still active in your vibration. So some people come into your experience and they don't activate that. Other people come in and they do activate that. So you have to become immune to that activation. Well, the way you become immune to that activation is by making a higher frequency more your norm. In other words, you got to let the vortex dominate, because every thought that's ever been thought still exists. In other words, it's like finding your favorite radio station, but still you could tune in to any number of stations. You can tune in there. So by spending more time in the vortex, by not overthinking this, by not trying to take an issue and fix it. You see, you're still trying to clean it up. And every time you clean it up, you just stay specific on what wasn't cleaned up, and then so you keep it active. It will dissolve. It will become so inactive as the vortex dominates what is active that it will become a non-issue.
So physical practice wouldn't be necessary?
Physical practice is only necessary because it enhances your belief. It enhances your expectation.
So once I feel good about it, like in this off season, because I'd like to throw before I go.
We would encourage you to throw because it's fun. We would encourage you to throw because it's exhilarating. We would encourage you to throw because your body likes to stay in that state of flexibility. We would encourage you to throw as much as you have time to throw for the fun of it, not to overcome something.
And so if I feel at that time that I'm scared or fearful or whatever the situation is,
then
can I push through it?
You can, but that's never a good idea. And sometimes you have to push through it because when you're feeling it. But the thing is, we're just going to give this to you straight, which is what you're asking for. There's no reason for you to ever be scared by the time you get to the mound. By the time you take that walk from wherever your first feeling of butterflies hit you and the time that you're ready to do your thing, you have the ability to get into that's like Esther feeling stage fright. She did for years, even some today, as she walks into a room not knowing who you are really, or what you want, or how weird you think she is. and so as she comes here, there's always a feeling of that. But by the time she is here for just a moment, it all dissipates because this dominates what's going on with her. It's the same sort of thing. Just get out there, get into your vortex mound. Onto your vortex mound. Stop there for a minute. Let everyone behold how beautiful you are. Get your cocky feathers all fluffed out for them to see. Remember who you are and that you have infinite intelligence flowing through you.
I do.
And just smile to yourself as you think about the clarity and fun and delivery that you are going to present to them. And then say to yourself, there, I've done all I can do. Let the chips fall as they may. In other words, give in to the clarity. Or you could say, okay, cells, I've done all I can do. I showed up. I can't
do the rest.
I can't practice anymore right now. It's
Yeah.
showtime.
Yeah.
And you know what to do, and I trust in our ability to focus and deliver. So let's go. And most of all, let's have fun.
Okay.
And you won't have any stage fright under those conditions. You
Okay.
see?
Cool. Okay, so...
And the commentators will be saying, what's in his mind? What's this young buck thinking? It's as if he doesn't have a care in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's as if he knows exactly what he's going to do. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Okay. So...
Commentators coming later, but you know what we mean.
I got you. No, I got you.